Okay, it's 2,000 points. Toon Kings versus High Elves. We're playing meeting engagement. Is that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. For reserves, unfortunately I rolled one of my catapults, but that was all. And Sai, against all the odds, actually managed to roll nothing. So his whole army's on the board.
But that means all my 2+ armor saves are now screwed.
Yeah.
I will bet every single one.
Yeah. So those really might as well be just black bases on there because
they're gonna die.
Sai deployed first, so I've got. Is there still the initiative for this one?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll roll the 6.
Yeah, so I'll roll that. See if I can get the first turn.
Oh.
Damn. Okay, so this is Toon King's deployment. We have 4 chariots with standard. We've got 20 archers with a standard, 22 Toon Guard with the Toon Prince. They're full command halberds. We've got a War Sphinx with a fiery roar upgrade. Screaming Skull catapult. Casket of Souls. 20 archers in the building with a standard and the level 4 Hierophant. And 3 Necropolis Knights. And like I said, we have a Screaming Skull catapult in reserve. Okay, and now High Elves deployment.
Okay, High Elves deployment for this meeting engagement. On my left flank, I have a unit of 5 Elrillian Reavers. I then have a unit of 20 Loathen Sea Guard. Back here, I have another unit of 20 Loathen Sea Guards with the Law of Life Mage. And then directly in front of them is a unit of 20 Swordmasters. Then next to the Swordmasters, towards my right flank, is 2 Tyrannok Chariots. Well, a Tyrannok Chariot and a severely nerfed Doom Wheel. But yeah, the Skaven don't mind lending them one now and again for special purposes. We've got, unfortunately, 5 unassembled Dragon Princes with the BSB mounted on a barded steed. And then just in front of them, on the end of the right flank, are another unit of Elrillian Reavers. And then at the back is my lone repeater bolt thrower. Although, depending on its effectiveness, it might get canned. So yeah, I get to go first. So next time you'll get to, well, it'll be me talking. So yeah, on to High Elves turn 1. Okay, end of High Elf turn 1. It was a pretty quick one. Everyone moved forwards. The High Elves vanguarded, and then just basically got into a position to redirect the chariots if needed. Everyone moved up. Swordmasters have the banner of swift striding, so they get an extra inch move. Hence why they moved a little bit further than everyone else. The Law of Life unit behind moved up, remembering the lessons learned from last time. The chariots have moved up in a supporting position, as have the Dragon Princes, and the other unit of Reavers has swung around to try and redirect the Sphinx as well. So yeah, we're it's not going too badly. Well, obviously nothing has happened.
Yeah.
I managed to kill four
Just
people.
going bad before I get a go. You did something wrong.
Yeah, well, I managed to kill 4 people without any loss of my own troops. This is a first for a normally Skaven player. I've normally lost severe numbers of casualties by now. But yeah, on to Toon King's turn 1.
Okay, Toon King's turn 1, and what could turn out to be the quickest game ever. My guys just kind of, these charged the Reavers, the Sphinx charged the other Reavers, and that was the only movement really. Everyone else just shuffled a bit. These guys moved on, just over here, thought a good place to be. Obviously couldn't shoot. Then I had a magic phase, but I use the term magic phase loosely because I didn't really do anything. I think I threw 5 dice at the big smiting, but I failed to cast it, and then the rest were in the casket, and he dispelled it, so that didn't happen. So I was kind of counting on that, but as it turns out, it didn't matter so much, because in the shooting phase, the archers shot at the swordmasters, killed a few, and then the catapult finally paid off and actually got a direct hit on the swordmasters, killing I think seven of them. And they failed their break test, unfortunately, and they were just out of range of the BSB. So yeah, so they're heading for the hills, which is an utter result because I was really worried they'd get into my tomb guard on the first turn and just destroy them. So yeah, what I thought was going to be quite a quick game in size favour has actually gone the other way around. But size made us sterner stuff than that. You can easily pull this around. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. In close combat, these guys just destroyed the Reavers with impact hits. I think one survived. Did one survive?
No, I 8 wounds and I made 3 saves.
Yeah, so
enough to kill.
It's probably your best average for saves so far, isn't it?
Pretty good. No, 2+ saves. All fails.
You only lost all of them. This is much better than normal. And the Sphinx nommed 2 of these guys, and they were just having none of it and legged it. So yeah, well, bloody amazing turn. That's really taken the pressure off a bit. So maybe we've got a few more turns to manoeuvre and do something about the rest of his army. But yeah, so good turn. And we'll see at the end of High Elves turn 2.
Okay, end of High Elf turn 2, and Ollie yet again continues to violate the laws of probability like Gary Glitter at a fucking S Club 7 concert. Yeah, it's quite bad because the High Elves charge in against chariots. They get buffed up, nice toughness, +4 toughness to toughness 7. They do 2 wounds because they fail their leadership test against fear. Quite impressively with yet another 10, and so do a miserable number of wounds, and then to add insult to injury,
2 wounds and I save 1.
A bunch of pissing skeletons managed to jib 6 toughness 7 elves. So I lose the combat, and yeah, coupled with the swordmasters that at least managed to rally and are now pretty much no good for taking out his hammer unit. So basically this unit wasn't able to move up. The chariot is kind of tiddling across because I foresaw the possibility of needing to get in there with some more attacks. I've learned from playing Skaven to nearly always expect the worst out of everything I do. So yeah, the Dragon Princes have just kind of circled around. The Reavers have sort of come back and are yet again throwing themselves into a total death situation, as they do, as it's their job. So basically I'd managed to do 3 wounds this entire turn. 3 wounds with supposedly elite High Elves. Man, if I had Skaven, I'd have devastated half of his army by now, and probably 3/4 of mine. At least there would have been some better casualties. This may end up just being the quickest game of Warhammer we've ever played, because it's going immensely poorly for the High Elves. So onwards to Tomb King's turn 2.
Okay, this is the end of Tomb King's turn 2. There wasn't much moving. The Necronites charged into the Reavers, managed to kill them. These guys just sat in there. Pretty much everything else just stayed where it was. The catapult. The archers fired into the swordmasters. I think they may have killed 1 or 2. These guys just sort of setting themselves up to deal with them, hopefully. These guys fired at the Dragon Princes, managed to kill 1. Far below average though, should have killed at least 3. And then, well, so the catapults fired at the sword masters. First one actually scattered onto his wizard, but failed to wound him. Killed 2 of the Lothern Sea Guard. And then the other one actually got direct hit on the sword masters, managed to kill 3 of them, and they're running again, so they're not going to rally now unless they get a double 1, unfortunately. And that was pretty much it. This combat, the chariots actually lost the combat, which is unprecedented. I don't know what happened there. It's almost like these high elves are elite or something. But yeah, so another chariot crumbled, so there's only 2 left now. Yeah, and these guys killed the Reavers, no problem. So that was it. So another good turn. See what size answers that is. Probably won't be polite, so see you at the end of High Elves turn 3.
Okay, end of High Elf turn 3. Basically, the Sword Masters are pretty much running for the board. These guys have moved up a little. Chariot has moved across. These guys are still locked in combat. So Chariot hasn't really done much at all. And the Dragon Princes charged the Necro Knights. Dragon Princes wiped out the Necro Knights. Needed the help of the BSB, but sorted them. And basically, my wizards managed to get a pretty decent casting of Dwellers Below off on the skeleton unit and reduced their numbers by half. And narrowly missed out on ganking his Hierophant as well. And yeah, basically these guys managed to do very little in the close combat, and basically did. I won by superior combat resolution. We both fluffed our wounds. So yeah, we're just kind of grinding into a stalemate at the moment. That's pretty much it. That was a much better turn. I killed plenty of skeletons this time around. I think I got myself, 14 skeletons, 1 wound on a chariot, and 3 Necropolis Knights, which is a bit better. Gives me a little bit of hope. Not much, but it gives me a bit. So yes, on to Tomb King's turn 3, and we'll see what Ollie can pull out of the hat.
Okay, end of Tomb King's turn 3. Tomb Guard charged into the flank of the Lothern Sea Guard. These guys just moved up. Unfortunately, one of them got slaughtered by a random dice, which is a bit annoying. But yeah. The Hierophant moved out of there after that Dwellers. I didn't like the idea of getting one-shotted by that, so he jumped ship. Yeah, they're still there. The Sphinx just moved up a bit. And shooting phase, I threw some skulls at these guys. I think I killed a couple of them. Oh no, I missed them completely actually. Catapults are back on form. What else? The chariots only took a couple of wounds from the Lothern Sea Guard, and the Tomb Guard killed a couple. The Prince killed more, and the chariots killed even more. So yeah, unfortunately they didn't run far enough and were destroyed. What else happened? Not a lot really. The magic phase was pretty useless. I think I threw them all into the casket, but side scrolled it just to stop messing around. Yeah, and that was pretty much the end of the turn. So killing the Sea Guard obviously really helped. It's going to change things a bit. Bit worried about these Dragon Princes over here, but like I was just saying aside, once the unit attacks a building, it's kind of like out of the game for a bit because it takes so bloody long to get around it. But yeah, so that's the end of Tomb King's turn 3. Okay, it's the end of High Elves turn 3, and unfortunately Sai conceded. Didn't really see the point of carrying on. The Dragon Princes assaulted the building, fluffed their attacks. I think the Noble killed 3, and the Skeletons actually killed off the rest of the Dragon Princes. yeah, that's pretty much it. Really. It's not a lot you could have done. It's just a case of bad luck. But yeah, it's the end of the game.